I suppose the distinction between the civilian version, the military version, is the following issue. What happens to most people, as far as I can tell, somewhere around 9 out of 10 people, so 90% of the population has a history of some kind of trauma, some significant singular event. Trauma can be something that happens to your body, an accident, a terrible accident that hurts your body. Tremendous pain can be traumatic. Losing somebody, a pet, anything qualifies as a trauma if the reaction is extreme. And sometimes the reaction is more internal than external.
You mean like emotion instead of on the surface?
Yeah,
skin?
so what happens is most people have the trauma in their childhood, okay?
Okay.
And what distinguishes the military from the civilian is that most people that go in the military don't realize, about 9 out of 10, don't realize that they already have PTSD when they sign up.
Oh, okay.
This is the real breakthrough.
Okay.
Because then they go into the military and they see things that no human being should ever see, and yet this is part of the military life. So they have a trauma and all the reactions on top of a trauma and all those reactions. And one of the things that we've done is to be able to understand trauma from a non-psychological point of view.
Yeah. Okay.
Because everybody's looking at the psychological. Secondly, it isn't, in my opinion, and all of the evidence is on my side. And that's why I have this opinion.
Okay.
The trauma itself is not what causes the damage. What is not what causes post-traumatic stress disorder. By the way, it's not a disorder, it's a syndrome.
Okay.
Get to that one another time.
All right.
So what happens with the person who gets traumatized is it sets off a chain reaction. Now, the first 2 stages of this chain reaction are absolutely physical only.
Okay.
And I'll sort of try to make a little bit of an act of what happens.
Okay, sure.
So a trauma happens.
Right.
I witness or participate in the trauma.
Okay.
One of the first things that I do is I breathe in in that kind of violent manner. Between that inhale that's violent and the what that I've been exposed to and how my body, my nervous system is going to react to it, what happens is that my diaphragm, main breathing muscle down here, shuts off.
Oh. Okay.
Now, why don't we notice something so dramatic? Answer, there are 5 muscles that turn on automatically.
Okay.
We never miss a beat. We never know
what are those
that
5 muscles?
Those muscles are called the upper division trapezius, sternocleidomastoid, scalenes, levator scapula, and pec minor.
Okay.
Those 5 muscles, small muscles though they are, produce at least 60 symptoms that we have documented.
Wow.
And many of them are pain syndromes. And the problem is that these, if you could see that list of diagnoses, you would know, even doctors would know, that people are getting treated for that they think the cause is something else. It's just an accessory breather that's overworked.
Okay.
Now, this produces a lot of pain, but what I really want to get into is talking more about civilian PTSD.
Okay.
So what happens is the diaphragm shuts off automatically. What must happen? There's no exceptions to this rule. Once the diaphragm shuts off, you have to hyperventilate. That's breathing faster than normal. That's what that means.
Okay.
Hyper means above normal.
Right.
Ventilate is to ventilate your lungs. So this, again, is subtle at the time, so the person doesn't notice this either. And it's below the thresholds that we would say, medically speaking, is hyperventilation. Of course, that does happen. But so now that hyperventilation is going, the third step is that the system starts to become too hypoxic over time. And it takes a little bit of time. At the same time, the person is going to start losing their sleep quality and their sleep quantity.
Yeah.
It starts to erode away. Now I can't repair or recover from the daily stresses, let alone this big stress.
Okay.
The next stage is what I call a trigger master.
Okay.
And once a person gets to this stage, say a year into the timeline after the original trauma,
Right.
they're going to be really caught. They're going to be really stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to try to resolve these issues, and they're going to think that they're mental. And I'm here to say that these issues, if you take a look at the physiology of the body, you will see the physiology of the body has by far gone south much worse than all of the things that are happening with the mind. And I know that's hard for people to hear, and it's heresy to some. But when you resolve the breathing issue and the sleep issue and the body pain issue, guess what? PTSD goes away.